World War 3.4 tonight, and I like it. It's very exciting, intriguing, fascinating. It's like an American film, American movie. What kind of a propaganda that is? Well, everybody's expecting something, some fireworks in the sky from outer space. I think the Artemis mission to space is going to see a lot of explosion, a lot of dynamites, a lot of fireworks out of space. I'm not sure how many kilometers is that, or maybe it's a million miles away, but it's going to be just intriguing and fascinating. And I can't wait just to sit back and relax myself on a chair and watch the television and the news and watch the internet and the world buzz of what is happening in the Gulf of the Middle East. Well, that is very intriguing. Scientifically speaking, I suppose this is the new age, new reality. But this is a good war. I support President Trump because Trump has done a good job to just annihilate all the leaders of the Supreme Council of Iran, because the Iranians have been troubling a lot of people in the Middle East and no one has been speaking up about that. So if there is a problem about the issue of taking Iran to Stone Age, I think this is a good idea. I'm a black person who supports Donald Trump because I think Trump is the greatest leader who is more enthusiastically and more charismatic than even Adolf Hitler was in his prime in his time. And I think the bombing of Iran is going to just like help a lot when it comes to movies, films, and Hollywood propaganda that really people complain about. But I think it's always been that way. The United States is number one, and the United States can do anything that they want. But it's not the United States. It's because the world is living through the United States. For example, if you talk about the United States, you're part of America. I'm American too, but I'm in Africa. But at the same time, I'm in the world. For example, the United Nations is American. Why so? Because it's located in the United States of America, New York City, the World Empire State, the World Empire City. And why should people complain? This is what Hollywood is made out of. And this is what the world was expecting. And the Iranians have been doing something quite remarkable, but quite cold off, because they've been also drawing their swords and their spears and throwing them as far as everywhere in the Gulf. And none of the Arab leaders are complaining about them, saying that what they're doing is wrong, because even if they might be saying it, there is no Arab leader that really is significant enough to be a king, or maybe an Arab leader who is a king, like a king of Saudi Arabia, or even Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, hasn't said much in the news because none of his face or his image has been seen condemning the Iranian God call. So if it's going to happen tonight, it's going to be exciting because everybody loves it. I'm not sure which system they're going to use, because I'm thinking about the United States. They haven't used a lot of things when it comes to bombers, explosives, dynamites, whatsoever rocket systems they have. The Iranians have been using a lot of the Shahed. Or maybe the United States is going to use the American copycat of the Shahed. Maybe so, maybe not. But maybe it's going to be the Great Eagle, even though past week the Eagle fell, the F-15. The greatest remarkable fighter jet that everyone worships. But everyone thought maybe America has become weak because might and strength and power can be so challenging in a time of war, because of the void that everyone was thinking that the United States had lost the most amazing spacecraft the world has to see to date, the F-35B. But it wasn't the F-35, it was the F-15, which is an old version because those planes are 30 years old or 40 years old. So it's not a bad thing. I wasn't really struck with morose knowing that the United States might have lost the most amazing fighter jet. But if it should have been that the United States did lose an F-35B, that was going to be a nail in a coffin. That was going to be a great embarrassment for the United States, because the F-35B is the most highly prized fighter jet, costing as much as 300 million United States dollars to 400 million because of the specific updates and technologies in the fuselage of the F-35B, which is the most advanced fighter plane, fighter jet, war fighting machine the world has to see and explore before the Chinese can unleash the Dragon, the J-25 is the J-35 maybe, a copycat of the United States F-35B, or the F-B fighter. Well, let's wait for it tonight, because everyone is waiting for the CET when bombs start exploding in Iran. And when those bombs start exploding in Iran, everyone is going to be running amok and about saying, yeah, the Donald has done it. The Donald has taken Iran back to the Stone Age. The Donald has brought Iran to its knees. The Donald has fed a lot of Iranians with a lot of sugar, which is so bitter and sour. But, well, maybe it is so bitter and sour. Let's wait and see. Only tonight, when the Donald drops the bomb. The Donald drops the bomb tonight. World War 3.4, 3.5. Armageddon Donald Trump. It's going to be exciting. I'm thinking maybe they're going to negotiate a better deal this time. But the issue is this. The Iranians have been desiccated or decimated. They have been destroyed entirely from all angles. The military might be strong with some help from 400,000, 700,000 fighter men. But the issue is the whole apparatus and the instruments that they had previously, all that has been dealt for and has been dealt with by the great, mighty eagle and the mighty Americas in America, United States. So tonight is the due day and the D-Day when the Donald drops the bombs. The Donald drops the bombs tonight is going to be the greatest ever American football in Iran. And we're going to see about that. So now we are just waiting for the due time, because the due date is tonight. Tonight is going to be the night in Iran, and all power systems will be taken out. I'm not sure how many bridges are they going to drop, and how many installations and many power plants they're going to destroy. For a size of the country of Iran, the country that is much bigger, I suppose maybe today the United States might spend more than 500 billion United States dollars. Might be like, I don't know, 400 billion euros, dropping bombs, rockets, missile, projectile motors. I'm not sure. But some people might be thinking like it's going to be a nuclear war. But I think that's taking it too far. I mean, atomic bombs, the Minuteman rocket, ballistic missile, I'm not sure they're going to use such kind of equipment, because all that is very expensive, but at the same time, it's very sacred. I think that one is reserved for great adversaries like China, Russia, and North Korea. But, well, let's wait for it. Only tonight, when the Donald drops the bomb. When the Donald drops the bomb tonight, is going to be intriguing, fascinating, and everyone is waiting for the spectacle of the lifetime when the Donald drops the bomb. And so we wait. Minutes counting. Due date, due drop tonight. Donald drops the bombs in Iran, Tehran, in all of the cities of Iran and towns of Iran. I'm not sure what the countryside has, because majority of Iran seems to have a landscape which is like a sci-fi dilapidated land surface like Mars, where nothing grows there. But it's not all desert. But even if it's not all desert, well, what is expected is that out of space in the ICC, the ISS, in fact, not the ICC, not the International Criminal Court, will be convening very soon about the issue of a war crime which is being orchestrated by the Donald. But at the same time, the issue is that today, Iran is going to be bombed until the end of the world. Donald Trump, the Donald 3.5, the end of the modern age of Iran, when the Donald drops the bomb. So we wait for that, and that is nice. I like it, and I also love it, admire very much the strength and the tenacity and the power of the eagle ascending high and high. And going up because today Donald drops the bomb. I'm pretty sure maybe it was to rackle or to shake the feathers of those who fear, those who have chicken skins and chicken feelings that, oh, Donald is gonna drop the bombs. But as we await it, it's going to be in the news. Every internet blogger and everyone who's watching is waiting to see that Donald drops the bomb. So that's all tonight, guys. And I think it's going to be fantastic. And I wait it, and I wait for it, and I walk to it and say, yeah, let the Donald drop the bomb. Let Iran enjoy some New Year's Eve festive tonight or today or any time when the Donald drops the bomb. And that is what the world is waiting for, and I'm waiting for it. And I hope it's gonna be exciting, it's going to be amazing, intriguing, and that is the outcome which everyone is waiting to behold when the Donald drops the bomb on Iran and bombs the crap out of the Persians, Iranians, of the Nowruz holiday, of the Donald dropping the bomb in Iran. So that is what we're waiting for. But for you, I'll say enjoy it. And there's nothing to feel bad about it. They knew that that was coming. And even if they might not have known that it was going to happen, there's one thing for sure. Donald has been dropping the bombs, and they're doing a great, good job. There is a harm to it. People are dying, but the instigator and those who created the scenario are the Iranians. I suppose maybe when it comes to religion, faith, belief, there is something to it that faith, religion can lead people in a path that is very much horrible, wicked, terrible, and because of that, that is the reason why fighting is happening in Persia, Iran. And so that is good for the sake of harmony, peace. Also, they've been attacking Israel, and I support Israel because Israel is the only country in the Middle East that has been democratic. Israel, yes, Israel has been democratic in the Middle East for over 77 years. 77 years of democracy, prosperity, transparent, and a good governing way in the Middle East has been done by the Jews, the Hebrews, the Israelis, the Jews of Israel. And Iran has been always instigating, inciting hatred, resentment, and violence against Jews in all spheres of its influence in the Middle East, and that cannot be acceptable. It is unacceptable. We should not tolerate it. We should condemn it, because this was because of Iran. Regardless that Jews might be blamed, Israel might be blamed, but it's not Israel's fault. It was the fault of the ideology of religious fundamental extremism by the people who were running the Islamic Republic of Iran for the most part of these 45 to 50 years. And thus the whole regime of the Ayatollah and the Iranian God called IRGC. And that is to be not tolerated, not accepted. So, yeah, tonight might be the night where that ends. All pride and all nature of citation to violence when the Donald drops the bomb. And so, yeah, hope it happens, hope it does not happen as well, because maybe it might be much more harmful, but it's already been harmful because it's done a lot of harm, but it was because of the IRGC, the Islamic Republic of Iran, has been citing violence and destruction that has led to these circumstances where now they're being under some troubling and torment from those whom they provoked, the American nation under the presidency of Donald Trump, and the Israel state under the Prime Minister of Bibi Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu. So for that, I suppose that was coming, and they created such a scenario that has led to this presidents in this situation. So we await today to see if the Donald is gonna drop the bombs. And with that in mind, see you guys. And I hope tomorrow is gonna be a different story. If maybe the bombs might not be dropped, maybe withheld. So that is what the world awaits, and that's what the world is waiting for. And with that, I say, peace, shalom, bye-bye, see you. As of tomorrow, when we know what happens next, after Tuesday, when the donor drops the bomb, and I'll be rich then, and I'm rich now and forever successful. My blessings, and be good. Fantastic. Good life for me, and good life to you.